All right, now we gotta do the roof. I don't care how much you like detailing. Nobody likes polishing the roof. Okay, so today I'm gonna be polishing this Chevy Silverado. The first thing that I'm gonna do is put the VIN number into the system. This makes sure that all of our services get tracked on the CarFax. And then we're gonna start with the wheels. I'm using Koshchemy Green Star. I have an IK foamer, which is gonna foam really nicely on the wheels. Get our wheels nice and cleaned. This wheel and body brush does a really good job at cleaning the wheels. And then we'll use one of these wheel woolies on the inside. Get the next one clean. Foaming the Green Star on there really helps. Those wheels are done. I'm gonna rinse them. I like to pull the hose out all the way. That way I can go all the way around. All right, those wheels are done. Move on to the other side, and same process. All right, we're gonna give the car a rinse. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. I think we're like 12 minutes in. Not too bad. I'll see if I can take a video of the top for you guys and stitch it in, because I want to see if you guys can see all of the black dots that are up here. We're gonna get rid of that with the clay, but first we're gonna wash it with our rinseless wash using no pressure. We're just gonna wash the truck. So now the rinseless wash has no suds. Wash your car with this and immediately dry it. There's no reason to rinse this off. Make sure all this is washed. I'm gonna do half the truck and then do the other half. So the idea with the rinseless wash is you're kind of just applying the solution to the surface. There's no scrubbing, no effort. You're just applying the wash solution to the car. And the chemical will do the rest. Down here we have some like orange spots. Those are iron deposits. If you have a white car, you'll tend to see those a lot more. The reason you see them on a white car more than a black car, the black car gets hotter, so the humidity is lower, so the iron particles don't rust. Whereas on a white car, the extra humidity gives that rust the water that it needs to make that spot turn brown. We keep everything equal on both sides, so there's always a wash bucket on both sides, always a wheel bucket, etc. Today I'm working on this car myself, but that way, if you have two people, you could just split the car in half. Washing with the rinseless just makes everything extremely easy. So when you're gonna be polishing, the important thing to note, getting the car clean is kind of all you really care about. Any kind of clay marring or anything like that will be easily polished out. Focus when you're in the wash bay, just get the car clean, so that way when we go to polish it, there's no extra steps that we have to address. Okay, so this is a clay sponge. This is a clay towel, clay mitt, whatever you want to use. On some gloves. Let's make sure we're still recording, actually. Things looking good. We're 26 minutes in. Taking my time, actually. So we're gonna dip that into our solution. I'm gonna grab iron remover. The iron remover, if we get the spray to cooperate, there we go. Spray there. Spray onto the car. And you're gonna be able to hear and feel the contamination coming off of this car. And I can actually see all these spots that we are removing with this clay. And we're just gonna go around the truck with this and clay all the paint We're gonna clay the glass. Depending on how often you drive, you may only have to clay your car roughly once a year, twice a year, or maybe every 3 months. Just depends on how often you drive, where you're driving, where you're parked. If you park near a train station, you're gonna get more brake dust from the railway onto your car. If you go on the expressway a lot, you'll have more than the average person who stays on the residential roads. So it all just depends on your lifestyle and driving habits. So you'll want to spend some extra time behind the front wheel. This is where a lot of that contamination happens. Oh, you could just hear this contamination coming off of this car, which is exactly what we want. Also spend extra time on the front bumper because this is where you're going to get a lot of those bugs, and the clay does a great job of getting the bugs off. It's just this hasn't really been deep cleaned like this probably in a bit. I hope you guys can hear that contamination on this thing. So with these, you don't need any pressure. Literally just enough to go like this is all the pressure that you need. Now we're not going to use a drying aid because we're going to be polishing and coating this. So just going to go straight to drying it. So we're not really worried about getting it 100% dry. We're looking to get most of the water off because once we start polishing, the vibrations are going to knock out some water anyway. This looks so much better. Yeah, you guys, even just the wash, the clay, and the iron remover makes such a big difference. Like if you didn't want to polish your whole car and spend the money for a coating or something like that, this service right here that we just did just to get the car clean and decontaminated, this is well worth it. Like you'll be happy with this if all you've ever done really is just wash your car. And it's been, I think, more than like 6 months of owning it. These towels hold a lot of water, guys. Like a lot. Like I can't even wring this out and it's still soaked and absorbing. I'm gonna have to resituate the camera because we're gonna back this up and then begin polishing. So give me a minute. I'm gonna use the Rupes yellow polish and the yellow pad. This is basically like a fine cutting polish. Great for one-steps, general finishing, general polishing. The pad washer helps keep the pad clean. It removes all the old polish and clear coat from the pad so we get better results. These towels are the Rag Company Creatures. And we cleaned that all up pretty well. Yeah, there was something going on the bumper here, but polishing cleaned all this up really nicely. There's a clear gloss difference after polishing. This truck is starting to look like new again. There's a mark over here that somebody tried to put some kind of touch-up paint on. Look how nasty that looks. Holy moly. So what I did there in the beginning is called the 5-5-5 method. Essentially, put speed 5 on the machine with about 5 pounds of pressure for 5 seconds. Okay, and this is that spot after polishing. You can still see the scratch that they tried to cover up, but that looks way better than that mess before. All right, now we gotta do the roof. I don't care how much you like detailing. Nobody likes polishing the roof. I use a step ladder. I don't feel like getting a regular ladder out. Sometimes I use a 3-inch. It's easier to hold, one hand. You don't have to worry about the wires. It's not as cumbersome, but we'll just use the big one. Sunroof, moonroof, whatever it is. There's a piece of glass up here. We polish that too at the same time as we're doing the roof. It helps just clean the glass and remove any kind of water spots that are up there. All right, we got one more panel, then this torture's done. Okay, all right, so the whole car has been polished. Next, what we'll do is we'll get ready to put a coating on it, and then we'll touch up any other little things afterwards. All right, when you're doing a coating, the prep is the most important part. So we are using a prep spray to remove all the polishing oils from the polishing step to make sure we have a nice clean surface for the coating to bond to. After this step, the paint should be nice and clean and feel nice and slick. I'm gonna go around and wipe the whole car down with this before we coat. Okay, so let's knock the roof out. Now I'll do all the sides. All right, 2 more sections to go. Okay, now that we got the truck prep wiped, we can put the coating on. All right, so this is our 1-year ceramic coating. Technically, you could spray it on, but we find that applying it is a little easier if we just use the applicator. We get a little bit even coverage, and then it's easier to wipe off as well. This stuff, your main goal is just get it on the paint. You don't have to overthink it. You can do left, right, up, down. You can do circles. It does not matter. So this coating doesn't take more than like 2 minutes before you can start wiping it off. But it's also very forgiving in the fact that you can actually leave this on for a pretty long time and it's not going to give you issues. But it really depends on the humidity, because coatings are humidity cured, which means the higher the humidity, the shorter amount of time before you have to wipe it off. Now once the coating is on, you'll see like an oil slick on water kind of effect. I'll see if I can show you. You see all those kind of streak marks? What you want to see is you want to see 50% of the coating pretty much cross-linked and faded into the paint. So you're really not trying to wipe this off, you're trying to level it out. That way there's no high spots. So essentially all these little streaks here, these are all high spots, which hasn't bonded to the paint yet. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna wipe to level all that out and allow the rest of it to cross-link into the paint. When I'm wiping the coating off, I start with a shorter nap towel. That way I'm not removing as much product. I'm just really trying to smear it around. I'm not using any pressure. Now after the first pass, this is what it looks like. You can see a lot of those smears are obviously gone. And we use the second towel just to finish off any of the high spots that are left and make sure there's nothing left. And this feels super slick now. All right, I'm gonna do the roof. I'm going to apply it to the whole roof, and then I'll remove it in one step. All right, next we will do the side. All right, we'll do the next side. Okay, now we just gotta wipe off, and then we can do the finishing touches on the truck. Okay guys, so the truck is now ceramic coated. I will try to give you guys another angle. Now that everything is coated, put tire shine on, wipe down the wheels. I'm gonna touch up the chrome and the interior windows and some water spots that I see. We'll do those final touches and then she'll be good to go. I'm gonna use a product called Finish Spray Exterior by Chemi, just to wipe down the outside of these wheels. So I like to wipe down the wheels afterwards because sometimes we get polishing overspray on them. Sometimes you get the tire shine accidentally on the wheel when you're applying it. So I like to put the tire shine on first and then wipe the wheels down. All right, the wheels are wiped down. The upper chrome looks pretty good. This lower portion needs some help, and we're gonna touch up chrome on the side as well. And there's a lot of water spots on the chrome from obviously the car just getting washed and water drying on the panels here, and over time it just causes water spots. So we're gonna remove those. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. We're gonna use some of our, there we go. So we're gonna use our SP3 water spot remover. Put just a little bit on the pad and wipe this on. You'll instantly see that on the chrome, the water spots come right off. No effort at all. I'm gonna use a rag that is damp with our rinseless wash on it to remove most of the water spot remover. And then use a second microfiber to dry it and wipe off any remaining residue. And just like that, your chrome should be nice and clean without water spots on it, and you're good to go. The same for the chrome on the front. Just a little bit of the water spot remover, and go ahead and wipe it off. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is just touch up these chrome fins here, because water always drips on top of these, causes water spots, and wipe it away. Okay, so the last thing I want to address is the water spots on the windows. I'm going to attempt to use only the water spot remover first, and then we'll see if we have to polish them off. Sometimes we get lucky, and the water spot remover is all we need. All right, we're gonna wipe this off. Same thing as the chrome. I'm gonna use a microfiber with our rinseless wash on it to try to remove all of that. And it looks like we got lucky. So those water spots didn't have time to really etch into the glass. So our water spot remover took all the water spots out. I'll try to get a better video here. So you can see all these water spots on the glass, and we took them off with the water spot remover. No polishing necessary. So if you have water spots on your glass and you live near us, you gotta stop by. We have this product for sale and you can give it a shot. All right, let's do the other window. That glass is done. The back, we're gonna wanna do the back too. So I expect the back glass to come off even easier than the side glass. This is a little bit less prone to getting hit with the sprinklers. You wanna keep using clean microfibers to wipe. Makes it a lot easier to actually pick up the residue without any kind of smearing. The glass on this side isn't as bad. So I want to do the windshield too. The windshield mostly gets water spots on this exterior portion, because when the windshield wipers are going back and forth, the abrasion makes sure that it doesn't really stay on the inside of the window. So you don't want this stuff to dwell on the windshield. The windshield is laminated glass and it can etch the windows. So if you're gonna do it on the glass, apply it and remove it right away. Don't let it sit. So I'm cleaning the glass with rinseless wash. And the inside of the glass. I'm still not sure if it's a moonroof or a sunroof. Don't know, don't care. I'm also just gonna hit the outside of the glass really fast. just to make sure we get any of these smears off. Final thing this needs is a little bit of trim restoration on the rocker panels, and then we are good to go. So I'm gonna put on some PSS, it's an exterior plastic trim dressing. So we're gonna go on and dry without any kind of slickness to it. Okay, so final thing to do is I'm gonna wipe down the door jambs with some rinseless wash. Should be good to go. All right, so there we go. Everything looks good. I'm gonna pull it outside, give it one more look around, but essentially we are all set. 1 year coating, polished, trim restoration, water spots removed, looking great. And this thing made a nice transformation. Put it outside and take a look. All right, I went ahead and switched the lens for you guys. Give you a quick walk around. This vehicle is ready to go. I'll actually be dropping this one off. If you are local, we can drop the vehicle off and pick it up. It's no problem. All right, until next time, guys.